Hello friends, welcome back to that 1870s homestead. My name is Rachel and we have been doing a lot of fun things this year and even starting last year, preserving more wildflowers than I ever have before. And so today there's a storm coming in. I went and pulled off all of these sweet rose. Aren't those gorgeous? So stunning. Sweet little roses that would have been damaged by the storm. This is last year's jar of red and white rose petals. And then I've got 4 quarts sitting here. And I want to do some actual uses of what I'm doing with these preserved roses. So these are fresh. These are all, this one's just air dried. Just as roses were coming in last year, I pulled them off the petals, or all the petals off and let them dry. And then these have all been freeze dried. So let's throw together a couple quick and easy, simple products that you can have ready for lots of different uses. All right, the first thing we're gonna get started with is this is my steam juicer. And we just recently used this in a video for doing our mulberry juice. And I'm just going to pull this bud base off of the petals, put those in, and we are going to make rose water or rose hydrocele, and I'm going to be using it in things like soaps, just as a all-natural fragrance. What else am I going to use it as? Oh, I remember, facial astringent. So rose is really, really good for your skin health. It's calming from a scent perspective. It is, sorry, I'm double tasking while I'm thinking. Anyway, it's a really good astringent. It's really good for your skin. It's great for your hair. So putting it in things like soaps, shampoos, conditioners, using it as a facial cleanser or toner. We are, oh, so beautiful, aren't they? So pretty. So what this will do is it will steam, and it will open up all the cells of these rose petals, take out all the good nutrients that are good for us, and bring it down into the steam water, and it'll actually expose some of the rose essential oils that you would need something more commercially to get out. It smells glorious. You know, the best roses to preserve are actually wild roses, which a lot of people consider a nuisance. We have some on our property, but they bloom much, much earlier in the year, and I didn't think about grabbing those while they were in bloom. Most of these are commercial roses, and I think wild roses are just more preferred because they have a much stronger smell, but you would need a lot of them because wild roses are typically quite small. All right, not too much more to go. I'm hoping for, I don't know, 2 quarts, maybe 1.5 quarts of rose water. And you can make rose water simpler, right, without actually exposing necessarily pulling out the essential oils of rose petals, but just making an infused rose water by just steeping and boiling your rose petals in water. Look at those, so pretty. So pretty. All right, well that is going to take a little bit. So the next thing that we're gonna make is a rose-infused oil. Again, great for your hair, great for making soaps, great for a scalp treatment, for a hair mask, all kinds of things. So a good massage oil. So to do that, I'm going to fill each one of these containers at least a half full with my dried rose petals. Yeah, probably like that or so, right to the 1 cup mark. And then this one is as simple as like a set it and forget it recipe. So you can infuse your oil at like a heat by placing it like in a double boiler, and it's going to go a lot faster for you. But you lose a little bit of the beneficial properties by doing that, I suppose. I'm no expert, but that's what I read. So what I have is coconut oil and olive oil. I'll bring you guys down here and show you how I'm adding those over the rose petals. Okay, we're gonna start with the olive oil. You do want to use a light olive oil. And I went with a non-GMO, extra virgin olive oil. We might have to get some little chopsticks out to make sure we have all of our air bubbles out. And I'm going to go about 3/4 of the way with olive oil and then top it off with the coconut oil. And I do tend to have drier skin, so both of these are just both of them not only are nourishing for my skin and my hair, but they are both great natural SPF factors for the summer sun. And it'll be a nice rose scented everyday body oil that I can use. So let me just grabbing a chopstick, giving these a stir to make sure that they're all well saturated and incorporated into the jars. And then I'm simply going to set this in my pantry, and I'll give it a shake or a stir every other day or so. And it'll sit for probably 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks. Isn't that gorgeous though? And once you stir it, if you need to top it off just a little bit, you're getting all those air bubbles out, you can do that. I think this is going to be absolutely lovely. Okay, this one just needs to be topped off just a little bit. Okay, now we're going to put our lids on. And how simple was that? Crazy simple. All right, so the next items I want to share with you is the plain roses, right? So I just freeze dried these roses naturally. Roses are great tea additions. So some of these will be saved for teas, others will be saved to just grind and add to soaps. And I've yet to decide all the things I want to do with roses, but there's a few more ideas for you. Well, friends, it is the next morning, and I will tell you, this took forever. I need to filter it just one more time. There's a little bit of impurities at the bottom, but I don't know what I was thinking. I know what I was not thinking. I was uneducated on making this steam distilled rose water, and I'm only used to using my steam juicer for like doing berries and fruits and things like that, and you just get so much. And I brought up 5 of these jars thinking that's what I would get, and I got barely 1 jelly jar of rose water, but I want to show you guys how I'm going to use it. So when I get out of the shower, I'm going to use it like just a general face toner, and I'm just going to take my washcloth. I just brought a little cotton pad down for now. I'm just going to get some on my cotton pad and rub it all over my face, and it feels good, like just waking up this morning. It's refreshing. Oh, so refreshing. Nice. It's really anti-inflammatory. So if you wake up with like puffy eyes and lovely. Okay. So that's fun though, but you need a ton of roses, I'm supposing, to make some steam distilled rose water. But that is so beautiful, isn't it? I see the morning sun coming through the window. So one other note is I took some citric acid. So to preserve this long enough that I can use it, I guess that's the benefit of doing small batches. Is you got to think about like shelf life. So commercial rose waters, number one, that was free. Can we just say that for a second? That was free. To buy good quality rose water from the store, you're talking like $16 to $30. So this is, I made it myself. It's good for me. But I need to be able to use it in time that it doesn't go bad. So you can store it in the fridge and it'll probably last you like, I don't know, a week or two. But a tip is just throw in a pinch of citric acid. This is a lower pH, that you use. And if I used 1/8 of a teaspoon, that would be stretching it. Somewhere between 1/16 and 1/8 of a teaspoon. Pinch in there, stir it in to dissolve, and then it'll keep longer for me. So these two bad boys, the beautiful rose oils, also stunning, just so pretty. These are going to, like I said, I'm going to set them in the pantry every day or two, give them a good shake, and 4 to 6 weeks from now, I'll strain off the petals, and I'm going to have some awesome, wonderful skin moisturizer, but I also plan to work it into my hair on a routine regimen, and because my hair is really dry. Don't do that if you have oily hair, but my hair is super dry. And then I can also use this to supplement my olive oil, coconut oil ratios in my soap making. If it lasts that long, I doubt it will. I will use it regularly just as a regular moisturizer. So, a couple things that I plan on doing with roses. I have lots of plans for harvesting those roses and using them. You can do it too. Think about Christmas. We're in the middle of summer, I know, but right now is an excellent time to get a jump start on some awesome DIY, frugal, but so thoughtful and so wonderful gifts for those that you love. All right, talk to you guys on the next video.